the top educators in India with the enthusiastic students. Good evening, Aditya Kumar. Good morning, Abhinav. So you said good morning now at 8:30 p.m. Very good, Abhinav. Good morning. So is the video and audio are clear? Any one of you just text me. Everything clear? Shall we go ahead? So Unacademy is providing the best opportunity for the students and also the top educators in India to interact with one another. The enthusiastic student is getting the topmost engineering faculty in India. So he is directly interacting just by a simple click in the comment box. Is going to the student is going to clear all his doubts in the subject related content. Yes, okay, we'll go ahead. All is okay. Now, so we are discussing a series of lecture. We are going to take a series of lecture on air pollution. So this is air pollution part 5, actually not part 4. Air pollution part 5. Already 4 parts completed. So this air pollution we are discussing for GATE ESC Civil Engineering Technical subject. And also we are discussing the topic which is helpful for general studies in engineering service examination under the subject of energy and environment. And also it was helpful for all state government competitive exam aspirants, for the students who are preparing for state government examinations. Already we have completed in the previous 4 parts, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, introduction, causes and types of air pollution, air pollutants, types, their effects, major air pollutants, their effects and their permissible limits we have discussed, conversion of units, microgram per meter cube to parts per million and vice versa, parts per million to microgram per meter cube, and also microgram per meter cube to parts per billion and also vice versa. We have discussed already. And we have gone through just introduction of meteorological factors yesterday. Today we are going in depth related to meteorological factors. So we have discussed what are meteorological factors, what are their effects and all those things. Just in brief, within 5 minutes I am going to tell the introduction. Yesterday what we have discussed. So yesterday what we have discussed is regarding effect of temperature on air pollution. Effect of temperature on air pollution we have discussed. That is studied with respect to lapse rate. Lapse rate is change in temperature with respect to altitude, dt by dz. What we can write down? T2 minus T1 by Z2 minus Z1. Temperature at an altitude Z2, T2. Temperature at an altitude Z2 is T2. Temperature near to ground level at an altitude Z1 is T1. Difference in temperature to difference in altitude, that is said to be lapse rate. This lapse rate we have differentiated 2 types: adiabatic lapse rate, environmental lapse rate. Theoretical, standard or reference lapse rate that we conclude as adiabatic lapse rate. Practically varying, actually what is going to happen in the atmosphere, time to time, place to place, region to region, practically as per atmospheric condition, what is going to happen? Environmental lapse rate. This adiabatic lapse rate we have given average adiabatic lapse rate in the entire atmosphere, where we can say dt by dz equal to a decline of 6.5 degrees Celsius per 1 kilometer. That is average adiabatic lapse rate. Wet adiabatic lapse rate, where we have concluded dt by dz is equal to a decline of temperature of 4 degrees Celsius per kilometer. The most comparable and most important for our exam point of view, dry adiabatic lapse rate, where dt by dz is equal to decline minus 10 degrees Celsius per kilometer. Actually that is a 9.8. We have rounded it off to 10. Minus 10 degrees Celsius, minus 9.8 degrees Celsius per kilometer. That we said to be dry adiabatic lapse rate. Now today, the continuation of the topic we are discussing. Types of ELR. ELR is environmental lapse rate. Takbir, hi. Banu Prakash, good evening. Manoj, Narendra, good evening all of you. So till now, just a quick revision of yesterday's what we have discussed. A quick synopsis I have discussed. The most important, we are entering into the most important types of environmental lapse rate. First of all, environmental lapse rate is the change in temperature profile. Clear? Change in vertical temperature profile. Vertical height goes on increasing. How the temperature is modifying. That change in temperature profile practically, actually happening depending upon modifications in the atmosphere. That is said to be environmental lapse rate. This environmental lapse rate we have differentiated into 4 categories. The first type of environmental lapse rate, super adiabatic lapse rate. We have given types of ELR, but the name is given super ALR. Why? We are discussing about types of environmental lapse rate, but for that type, why we have given super adiabatic? Because in comparison with this standard dry adiabatic lapse rate, we are expressing environmental lapse rate in comparison with the dry adiabatic lapse rate. So it is called a super adiabatic lapse rate, where we can say environmental lapse rate is greater than dry adiabatic lapse rate. That means practically occurred change in the atmosphere. What is practical occurred change in the atmosphere? dt by dz. We have measured temperature at ground level and temperature at 1 kilometer, and the obtained value of dt by dz, that is greater than, what is greater than? Dry adiabatic. What is the value dry adiabatic? This one, greater than a decline greater than 10 degrees Celsius per 1 kilometer. Very important thing I am going to reveal here. Normally, if you say mathematically greater than minus 10, what you will say? Greater than minus 10 is minus 9, minus 8, minus 7. No. Here, don't apply that mathematical condition. Here, minus is the word representing, minus we are writing to represent decline. So, dt by dz greater than minus 10 means decline more than 10 degrees Celsius takes place. So, temperature decline is either more than 10 means either 11, 12, 13, 14, whatever higher than 10 degrees Celsius decline. So, don't take this minus as a mathematical thing. Consider that minus as a decline. I will simplify you and easily explain you. Consider this is 0 kilometer line where we are living ground level. And this is 1 kilometer altitude Z. Now at ground level, consider the temperature as 40 degrees Celsius. Take at ground level the temperature as 40 degrees Celsius. So according to dry ALR, what is the temperature after 1 kilometer? Minus 10 degrees happened. Means temperature fall down to 30 degrees Celsius according to dry adiabatic lapse rate. Now our super ALR is going to happen. same 40 degrees Celsius temperature fall down to, take for example, fall down to 25 degrees Celsius. And what is the decline of temperature? 15 degrees Celsius decline. Means temperature is falling down more than 10 degrees. It may be 25, it may be 26, it may be 24, it may be 20 also, but it is not 30 or less than 30, 30 or more than 30, it is always less than 30 only. So temperature decline, any value, for example I have given 15 degrees, it may be decline of 11, decline of 12, decline of 13, decline of 14, decline of 20 also. So 40 degrees Celsius under superadiabatic lapse rate, it is falling down to 25 degrees Celsius. That condition, dt by dz greater than a decline of more than a decline of 10 degrees Celsius per kilometer, that condition we call it as a superadiabatic lapse rate. This superadiabatic lapse rate, remember, we are expecting an atmospheric fluctuation of 10 degrees, but happened is more than expected. If it is more than expected, can you say, will temperature change is more than expected, will you say, will atmosphere is stable or unstable? Here three conditions we are going to discuss. Normal condition, temperature exactly equal to decline of 10 degrees. More than expected condition, less than expected condition. Temperature fluctuation is very high, more than expected, that is unstable condition. Temperature change is very less than expected, that is stable. Now what happened? Temperature expected 10 degrees decline, happened is more than 10 degrees. So fluctuations in the atmosphere is more than expected, that is atmosphere is unstable condition. This is unstable atmosphere condition. So what we have expected, more than that occurred. So atmosphere is not quite common, not quite stable, it is a unstable condition. So in unstable atmosphere, how spread and mix are going to be happen? How dispersion and dilution for a unstable atmosphere, what happened? Yesterday we discussed relation between stability of atmosphere, dispersion and dilution, relation between dispersion and dilution and air pollution also. So unstable atmosphere, dispersion and dilution is very, very high. Spread, impurities are going to spread throughout the atmosphere, mix with more and more fresh air molecules. So dispersion and dilution, very good Manoj, more high, dispersion and dilution is high. Now if dispersion and dilution is high, what happened to air pollution? What happened to air pollution? Air pollution is said to be less. Why air pollution is said to be less? Because spread of pollutants will make pollutant mass to take far away from the chimney, so there is no fall down of pollutant mass. It was taken far away because of more dispersion and more dilution. Due to that reason, air pollution is said to be less. If I consider, I am going to plot a graph. Altitude is taken on y-axis, z in kilometer. This is ground level, 0 kilometer. Temperature is taken on x-axis in degrees Celsius. And we have marked 1 kilometer line. Consider this is a line of 1 kilometer. Now the ground level surface temperature is 40 degrees Celsius. So first we have drawn the curve for ALR, dry ALR. The curve is like this, dry ALR we have identified. It is 30 degrees Celsius. Got the point? -30 degrees Celsius. This is the condition of dry adiabatic lapse rate, minus 10 degrees Celsius decline. Less air pollution reduces air pollution less. So everyone answered. Pallavi, Tagdir, Sai Mukesh, Tagdir, Aditya Kumar, very good, nice. Then what happened if super adiabatic lapse rate occurred? This is the curve of adiabatic lapse rate. What happened if super adiabatic lapse rate occur? How the curve shift? Curve will shift to right or left? Tell me. For adiabatic lapse rate, the graph is given to you. This is important question, theoretical question given in ESC and GATE. This is the curve related to adiabatic lapse rate. Super adiabatic lapse rate going to happen. How the curve will shift? Show me the curve for super ALR. Left. Very good. Manoj, you are very fast. The curve will shift towards left. 25 degrees Celsius. Super ALR, because the decline is more, curve fall down to left condition. Curve fall down to left condition. We'll consider along with the curve, you need to know what is the behavior of plume. Yesterday we have drawn 3 patterns of the plume. Na? First pattern will go exactly vertical upward direction. Second pattern it may move horizontally. Third pattern it is getting fall down. Now the plume behavior for super adiabatic lapse rate, we call it as a looping plume behavior. The plume behavior for super ALR. Important question. Plume behavior for super adiabatic lapse rate is, that is looping plume behavior. This is the looping plume. I am going to show in the form of a picture directly. The pollutant mass move on like a loop, like a wave which passes far away, raising thermal. The plume mass rises up, not falling down, move on horizontally, spread in the atmosphere. So convective mixed layer, it is not at all falling down, it is going horizontal direction. Yesterday we have given the diagram. This is the stack of the chimney. Pollutant mass is released. There are 3 possibilities. One is vertical upward, second one horizontal, and the third one fall down to ground level. This horizontal what we consider here going to occur because of super ALR. So leftward shift. Sai Mukesh Gajala, it is not left, right, it is towards left because temperature decreases. So horizontal dispersion of pollutant mass taken far away, not near to that chimney, taken far away, goes far away from the chimney. So this is going to be happen. This is related to looping plume behavior. Clear? We'll move ahead. Then second type of environmental lapse rate, sub-adiabatic lapse rate. Second type of environmental lapse rate, sub adiabatic lapse rate. And very important thing I would like to tell you, remember these diagrams, match the following questions are given to you. Identify plume pattern. So by seeing the diagram, you have to identify what kind of plume behavior is going to happen. So you can identify plume pattern. That is very important. Remember it. Then second one, sub-adiabatic lapse rate. The environmental lapse rate is less than dry adiabatic lapse rate. That condition we call it as a sub-adiabatic lapse rate. What we can say? The practically occurred dt by design. You have measured temperature at ground level, temperature at 1 kilometer high above the ground level. Difference estimated. That difference estimated is less than, practically estimated difference is less than 10 degrees Celsius decline per 1 kilometer. So decline, decreasing value less than 10 degrees Celsius is happened per every kilometer. So that is said to be sub-adiabatic lapse rate. That is considered as a sub-adiabatic lapse rate. Again, I will show this one to you in the form of a diagram. That is easy for you to understand. Now, ground level 0 kilometer, altitude 1 kilometer. So as it is same, we know about ALR, 40 degrees Celsius fall down to 30 degrees Celsius for ALR, minus 10 degrees Celsius per kilometer. Now, if sub ALR is going to happen, what is occurring? Tell me. Modification is done. Sub adiabatic lapse rate is going to happen. Sub adiabatic lapse rate is going to happen. Then it may be temperature 40 to 35 degrees Celsius. Temperature is declined, but not 10 degrees Celsius. It may be 9, 7, 8, 6, 4, 5, 2, 3, 1, whatever it may be. But not equal to or greater than 10. Is less than 10. So we take for example only. Don't feel every time minus 5 only. Don't feel like that. It may be minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, minus 6, minus 7. Decline any value less than 10 degrees Celsius. Decline any value less than 10 degrees Celsius per kilometer. This is with respect to subadiabatic lapse rate. So if whatever happened, fluctuations, atmospheric condition is less than normal, less than expected. You have expected a decline of 10 degrees, but practically occurred is less than you expected. Got the point? You have expected a decline of 10 degrees. Practically happened is less than 10 degrees. What happened? Whether atmosphere is stable or unstable. Yes, temperature will be greater than 30 for 40 degrees. Because we have taken 40 degrees. Not always 40 degrees. No? So it may be any value greater than 30 if you take 40 degrees. Correct. Gopi Satish Malla. Nearest temperature rise we will discuss in inversion. That temperature rise we are going to discuss in inversion nearest fourth condition. We'll continue. Go ahead. Okay. Don't worry. We'll discuss temperature rise also. First three conditions are related to temperature decline. After that the conditions are related to temperature rise. Yes. Stable. Very good. Narendra and Gopi Satish Malla. Stable atmosphere. The change is less than expected. So atmospheric condition is stable. If atmospheric condition is stable, what happened to dispersion and dilution? Tell me. For a stable atmosphere, what about dispersion and dilution? For a stable atmosphere, clear, atmosphere is changing less than expected, so it is stable. Fluctuations are not too much, very small fluctuation, so not considerable. What happened? Dispersion, dilution. Good, Manos. Dispersion and dilution is less. Good, Naveen and Neeraj also. Less dispersion, dilution. Then air pollution. Dispersion and dilution is less. Pollutant mass is not spreading away, not mixing with fresh air. Pollutant mass is not moving away. It is not spreading, located there itself. It is not moving away, not mixing with fresh air. What happened? Air pollution is high. So pollutant mass not moving away. It moves a certain distance. Accumulated mass gain, weight of accumulated pollutants mass gain after some distance that may fall down near to ground level. That falling down near to ground level, we call it as a sub-ALR. High pollution, correct Taqdeer? High pollution, because pollutant mass not moving far away from the industry, from the chimney, is located there itself. Time to time, pollutant quantity goes on increasing. At some time, it may fall down near to ground level. High air pollution. We plot the graph related to it. Again, altitude, temperature, this is 1 kilometer line, 40 degrees Celsius temperature. As per ALR, 30 degrees Celsius, because the decline of 10 degrees Celsius occurred. Now, sub-ALR happened in the atmosphere. Tell me. If sub-ALR occurred in the atmosphere, what is going to happen? Tell me. How the curve shift? Will the curve shift to left or curve shift to right? Tell me. ALR curve is given 40 to 30. Sub-ALR falling down. Right shift. Very good, Manos. Right shift. This is the right shift, 35 degrees Celsius. Sub-adiabatic lapse rate. Curve shift towards right. Minus 5 degrees Celsius decline. Minus 5 degrees Celsius decline. Now, plume behavior. For sub-adiabatic lapse rate, the plume behavior we call it as coning plume behavior. The plume mass, what happened to plume mass? The released plume mass accumulated, generated a cone-shaped mass. This cone-shaped mass we call it as a coning plume behavior for sub-ALR, because spread is less, mixing with the fresh air is less, pollutant mass circulated, forming a cone-shaped structure. So this is the cone generated near to the ground level. See here, cone-shaped structure generated, accumulation generated, coning, I am writing here, coning mass is going to be created, accumulated near to the ground level. This is for sub-adiabatic lapse rate. Then next one, the third condition, neutral lapse rate. So neutral lapse rate. Environmental lapse rate is equal to dry adiabatic lapse rate. So what we have expected in the nature to be happened in the nature, the same thing happened in the nature. We have expected in nature to happen dt by dz exactly equal to decline of 10 degrees Celsius. The same thing happened in the nature without any modification. So we can write down dt by dz exactly equal to dt by dz exactly equal to minus 10 degrees Celsius per kilometer. Change in temperature. So stable, high pollution, subadiabatic. Correct. Takdir. Ideal condition. So neutral lapse rate, you have designed the stack or height of the chimney considering dt by dz exactly equal to 10 degrees Celsius. You feel that is happened, pollutant mass does not horizontally go, pollutant mass does not fall down, it go high above into atmosphere, not returning back. So you have designed the height stack of the chimney for that condition. So you got dt by dz minus 10 degrees Celsius per 1 kilometer. That is practically happened. Practically occurred lapse rate is equal to reference theoretical lapse rate, dry adiabatic lapse rate. So such condition is called neutral lapse rate. This condition we are going to say, having that condition in the atmosphere is a very rare condition. So no need to plot the graph, no? Same graph. Whatever we have given for dry adiabatic lapse rate, same graph going to happen. Whatever temperature shift happened, same temperature shift happened. No need to draw any kind of graph related to it. This is neutral plume. Vertical plume, the plume we call a neutral plume, or even we can say it as a vertical plume for neutral lapse rate. Plume mass is releasing, flowing vertically upward direction. See here, flowing vertical upward direction. Plume mass is going away, vertical upward direction. Neutral plume mass exactly dt by dz exactly equal to decline of 10 degrees Celsius per kilometer. Plume mass not moving horizontally, not getting fall down. So we have given three conditions to you. See, first condition, moving horizontally, we call moving horizontally super LR. Falling down near to ground level, that we have given sub LR. Going exactly high above chimney, not horizontal, not falling down, that condition we call it as a neutral lapse rate. In the beginning we have explained, from the stack of the chimney, plume mass is releasing. It has three fates. First fate, horizontal fate, superadiabatic lapse rate. Falling down fate, subadiabatic lapse rate. Going vertical upward, neutral lapse rate. These are the three fates condition. This condition is a very rare condition. First thing you need to remember, my dear students, we can't say when it is going to happen, how it is going to happen. Everything is atmospheric behavior. So what happened previously, our scientists have analyzed and given us to study like this. We can't control any kind of the behavior. That is going to happen under three circumstances in the atmosphere. Our scientists have differentiated, classified three conditions going to happen. One is exactly equal to minus 10 degrees Celsius per kilometer, that is neutral. Greater than minus 10 degrees Celsius, superadiabatic. less than minus 10 degrees Celsius, that is subadiabatic. That is going to be happen three different conditions in the atmosphere, atmospheric behavior. No human, no scientist, no environmental engineer will not control. We can't say when it is going to happen, when it is does not going to happen. Can you guess when rainfall occur, when rainfall does not occur? Can you guess when summer high temperatures are there, low temperatures are there? Like this atmosphere behavior, we can't guess anything. Depending upon atmospheric behavior, our plume mass is going away. If exactly equal to 10 degrees Celsius, clear? If exactly equal to 10 degrees Celsius, our plume mass will travel vertically upward direction. If greater than minus 10 degrees Celsius, our plume mass will travel horizontally. That traveling horizontally we named super ALR. If practically occurred is less than 10 degrees Celsius decline, whatever happened in atmosphere, then subadiabatic lab state. We are not controlling. Whatever going on, we have given some words to understand how the plume behavior is going to happen, how the plume will travel. For that, we have given some terms. So noise pollution in next session will go ahead. For the air pollution only up to Sunday we will finish off air pollution. After that again I move on. Till now we are taking Monday to Sunday we have taken air pollution 7 days in YouTube. After this I move on to Unacademy platform. Again next month I come to YouTube. In Unacademy platform I may cover some free classes. Noise pollution I will inform you time to time. Regarding how stability depends on temperature. Aditya Kumar, stability is depending upon not only temperature. Atmosphere is said to be stable if there is no temperature fluctuation, there is no pressure variation, there is no quick change in the moisture content, there is no quick travel of wind masses. Atmosphere is said to be stable if wind masses are not moving away, temperature is not too much fluctuated, very small fluctuations in the temperature, and pressure variations are not that much high. In such a case, atmosphere is stable. If wind masses, continuous flow of air, wind masses moving away, ultimately temperature reduction goes on happening. Reduction of temperature. If air is more, wind mass is moving away, temperature reduction goes on, takes place now. So if air mass flowing away, suddenly air mass is moving, wind is blowing, pressure is released, pressure is reduced. That sudden fluctuations, that is called unstable. Air is not moving away, pressure is more, temperature is more. Air is moving, high wind masses are there, pressure is less, temperature is less, fluctuations are high. Atmosphere is unstable. So this, depending upon these factors, we can say whether the atmosphere is stable or unstable. That is depending upon passage of wind masses, velocity of wind, temperature fluctuation, pressure fluctuation, humidity and moisture content in the atmosphere. Based on all these factors, we conclude whether it is stable or unstable. Got it, Aditya Kumar? Then, in 3 cases we have studied now. What 3 cases we have studied? Super adiabatic lapse rate, sub-adiabatic lapse rate, and what is the third one? Neutral lapse rate. Now, in all these 3 conditions, what is the relation between temperature and altitude? Temperature and altitude are inversely proportional for these 3 conditions. For super adiabatic lapse rate, subadiabatic lapse rate and neutral lapse rate, temperature is inversely proportional to altitude. means with increase of altitude, what happened to temperature? Decreases. Whatever the value of decrease, it may be decline of 10 degrees, decline of less than 10, or decline of more than 10. But ultimately what is going to happen? With increase of altitude, vertical rise, if you go high above the ground level, always temperature goes on decreasing for this three condition. For all the three condition, how can we say in subadiabatic lapse rate stability is more and stable atmosphere? Because temperature decrease is less. Na? Temperature decrease is more, atmosphere fluctuations are more. So we'll write down, that is easy for you. Temperature decreasing more means wind velocity is high. Wind velocity high. Pressure is, when wind masses are moving faster, what happened? Pressure reduces. That means fluctuations going to happen in the atmosphere. Fluctuations are high in such a case. If wind mass, suddenly some wind mass is coming, will the atmosphere is stable? No, no. That wind mass will disturb the atmosphere. That disturbance created in the atmosphere, will call it as a stable atmosphere converted to unstable condition. Clear? Temperature decrease is more, wind velocity is high, pressure is reducing more, fluctuations are more, unstable. If temperature fall down is less, that means what velocity of wind or wind masses are negligible. Wind is not that much moving away. Then wind is not that much moving away, pressure decrease, pressure will be high. So pressure is high, fluctuations are less, clouds are not moving away. Clouds are not moving away, pressure is high, wind masses are not traveling, no air in the atmosphere. We call it as stable. I think now you got the clarity, Aditya Kumar. So, super adiabatic lapse rate, subadiabatic lapse rate, neutral lapse rate. Temperature is inversely proportional altitude. With increase of altitude, temperature decreases. If that decline in temperature is a very high in atmosphere, atmosphere is unstable. If decline in temperature is less in atmosphere, atmosphere is said to be stable. Clear? Decline is more, atmosphere is unstable. Decline is less, atmosphere is stable. Now, so this condition, temperature inversely proportional to altitude. Now we have a special condition, inversion. What happened to inversion? Temperature directly proportional to altitude. Means with increase of altitude, when you go high above ground level, temperature also increases. In the first three cases, that is reverse. Altitude and temperature are inversely proportional. In the first three cases, subadiabatic, superadiabatic, neutral. Whatever value, irrespective of value, in all three cases, same thing happen. When you go high above, temperature fall down. But now, exactly opposite, both directly proportional to one another. When you go high above, altitude increases, temperature also increases. The value of change in temperature to change in altitude. That means, if you calculate T2 minus T1 by Z2 minus Z1, you will get a positive value. You will get a positive value. So we call this as a positive lapse rate. Till now what we have? Negative lapse rate. Clear? because minus value, we are having minus values. Now we have plus values, positive lapse rate, dt by dz. Till now what expected is a negative lapse rate. Now we are expecting positive lapse rate. Temperature goes on increasing with the altitude. I will explain you. So again we'll take, this is 0 kilometer line, this is 1 kilometer line. So we have taken at ground level 40 degrees Celsius as per ALR. Reference is always a dry adiabatic lapse rate. So as per ALR, 10 degrees Celsius decline, it is said to be 30 degrees happen after 1 kilometer. Now for inversion, 40 degrees Celsius at the ground level, inversion is going to occur. 40 degrees Celsius at the ground level, inversion is going to occur. There is a raise. The raise may be +1, +2, +3, +4, whatever it may be. Increase of temperature. 40 degrees may be increased to 45 degrees Celsius. Increase of temperature. 40 degrees may raise to 45 degrees Celsius. Maybe 40, maybe 45, 40 maybe 50, 40 maybe 48, 40 maybe 60, whatever. Raise. Temperature goes on increasing with respect to altitude. That condition we call it as a inversion. If you plot a curve, altitude on y-axis, temperature on x-axis. Now this is 1 kilometer line, altitude in kilometers. So as per ALR, maybe this is 30, 40 to 30 as per ALR. Now, how inversion will occur? It is at 45 degrees Celsius. So this is curve for inversion. There is an increase of 5 degrees Celsius. That is curve for inversion. Got it? Temperature directly proportional to altitude. Increase of altitude increases temperature. Positive lapse rate value, you are getting a positive value. That condition we call it as a inversion. Shifts right only, Neeraj. Very good, correct? Yes, correct. Tagdev. In all lapse rate, negative means decline temperature and inversion positive means increase in temperature. Simple. Positive means increase in temperature. Very, very important thing you need to remember here. This inversion is the lapse rate happened during winter season, especially winter nights. Inversion is the lapse rate happened during winter season, especially during winter nights. Because I will explain you clearly about this also. This is the stack of the chimney. From this stack, pollutant mass is releasing into atmosphere. And now, during winter season, what is going to happen is the temperature of pollutant mass released. This plume temperature, plume mass temperature, T plume. This is greater than temperature of atmosphere. Because this is winter season. What happens in winter season? Low temperatures are there in winter season. the temperature is said to be low. Low atmospheric temperature. We are discussing about atmospheric temperature in winter season. It is said to be low. The plume mass, gaseous mass, pollutant mass, particulate matter, whatever released from this stack, having high temperature when compared with the atmospheric temperature, surrounding air. Consider surrounding air in the atmosphere. So this is the surrounding air masses which are available in the atmosphere, and these air masses are wet, cold and moist air masses. The air masses during winter season in the atmosphere are wet, cold and moist air masses. The plume which is released is dry, warmer air mass. Two different conditions. Na? The air mass released from the plume is dry and warmer air mass. The air parcel available in the atmosphere is wet, cold and moist air mass. So this air mass create some inversion layers. This wet air mass is there, na? Wet and cold moist air mass create some layers. So this is layer 1, inversion layer 1 above chimney, and the second layer inversion layer 2 below chimney. So in between this, plume mass is trying to travel in between the two layers. I will show you with picture, that is easy for you. So here to here ground level, moisture layer 1, because of wet atmospheric condition in the winter season, inversion layer 1, and also high above ground level also inversion layer 2. So what is inversion layer? What is inversion layer? I have explained now. Inversion layer is a wet, cold, moist air parcel. This wet, cold, moist air mass does not allow, consider this is the condition, it does not allow pollutant mass to go down, and also it does not allow pollutant mass to go high. So pollutant mass is moving in between these two. What the point? Pollutant mass not allowed to move downward direction by this inversion layer 1. Pollutant mass not allowed to go upward direction by the inversion layer 2, moisture layer 2. In simple, you remember, moisture layer, wet moist layer 1, wet moist layer 2. These two layers suppress the pollutant mass to travel only in this narrow passageway, take far away from the chimney. Clear? It is moving now, far away from the chimney. Moving far away from the chimney. Take through narrow passageway. How much distance it can travel? Tell me, how much distance it can travel? Till that moisture layers disappear. For example, today winter season, today night 11:30 plume mass travel started its journey. Tomorrow morning at 8:30, 9 or 10 o'clock sunlight appear, suddenly moisture disappears. At that point where suddenly moisture disappears, at that point till that journey it has traveled, suddenly at that location it is going to disperse in the air, fall down near to ground level. Such plume behavior, fanning plume, we call it as fanning plume, extreme inversion condition. Extreme inversion, where the two suppressed layers of moisture, top moisture layer suppressed downward, bottom moisture layer suppressed upward, very narrow passage of plume masses will take place. That narrow passage of plume mass go travel far away from the chimney till moisture layer disappears. Next day when sunlight coming appears, removes moisture layer, there at that location Means location of effect of pollution is not near to the city. It may be far away at some other place away from the city. Location of pollution. So that is said to be fanning plume, extreme inversion condition. Yes, this plume act as a borderline itself. Correct Taddir. That plume act as a borderline itself. Got it? For everyone, you got it? Inversion behavior, fanning plume behavior. So I am going to draw a curve which is going to give you the clear picture of all types of lapse rates. Altitude on y-axis, temperature on x-axis. Temperature is taken in degrees Celsius. Altitude is taken in kilometer. Then this is 1 kilometer line, 1 kilometer line. Now first we are going to draw for dry adiabatic lapse rate. 40 degrees Celsius temperature. So dry adiabatic lapse rate occurred 40 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius. So this is dry adiabatic lapse rate. How much change happened? Minus 10 degrees Celsius per kilometer. So 40 degrees Celsius of temperature fall down to 30 degrees Celsius according to dry adiabatic lapse rate. Now I am going to plot for ALR. ALR is going to happen here 20 degrees Celsius towards left, minus minus 20 degrees Celsius is happened. dt by dz minus 20 degrees Celsius happened. What we call it as a super adiabatic lapse rate. Super adiabatic lapse rate towards left. Then I am going to plot for sub ALR. I am going to plot for sub ALR. This is the condition. 35 degrees Celsius. How much decline? Minus 5 degrees Celsius, less than dry adiabatic lapse rate. Less than dry adiabatic lapse rate. Now plotting for inversion. 40 degrees Celsius increases temperature of 10 degrees Celsius. 40 to 50. This condition is called inversion. So all the four we have represented. All the four we have shown in this curve. Super adiabatic lapse rate, dry adiabatic lapse rate, subadiabatic lapse rate, inversion. All the four we have shown. So some match the following questions, or they may give the curve, they may mark like this A, B, C, D. Identify the lapse rate conditions according to A, B, C, D in the graph. So you have to choose options. This is the previous question. They provide the complete graph like how I have drawn and ask you for 2 marks question in GATE or IS. Identify the lapse rate conditions as shown from the graph. Very important. All the 4 conditions we have shown here. Got it? Hello Ashish, you came late, I think so. So this is not yet completed. The next phase of meteorological factors still there. Some other plume behaviors are there. We will discuss tomorrow. Clear? This is lofting, fumigating, trapping. This is total plume behaviors. We will solve some numerical questions also. So meteorological factors and plume behaviors not yet completed. Phase 1 of meteorological factor completed. You came to know 4 conditions: superadiabatic lapse rate, subadiabatic lapse rate, neutral lapse rate, and finally inversion. And again there are some differentiations in the inversion. Tomorrow we will discuss what are different conditions of inversion, what are other factors affecting air pollution, and also numerical question. Same air pollution part 6, same time tomorrow class at 8:30, same time. Clear? So I don't want to repeat again and again. I don't want to getting bore you regarding myself, regarding my team of faculty. Just I'm going to show the slides only. Any doubts? I know Ashish, you are doing in plus course. I identified you. The only thing I am going to repeat, and I am going to just warn you, while you are going to take online course, ask them whether it is online live interactive session or it is recorded session. If they say live interactive, then ask them till what? Till course completion or till lockdown ending? So people are making you fools. Putting online, they are giving you recorded classes, or they give live sessions till lockdown end. They will invite for classroom coaching, physical coaching. So if you want online class, go for live interactive sessions only, because immediately, instantly your doubt is clarified. If you put a message in the comment box, instantly your doubt is going to be clarified. So remember, online class means it is a live interactive session only, not a recorded class, not invited for you, not invited after lockdown ending, not invited you for physical classroom coaching. Go for live interactive sessions only. You go ahead. Tomorrow we'll meet again. Clear? Tomorrow we'll meet again. We are continuing second phase of meteorological factors, the different conditions, plume behaviors of inversion. We'll meet again. Any doubts? Don't worry. You text me WhatsApp message 9704571767. And if you want to subscribe for Plus course, or you want to follow me on Unacademy, click on KP Civil. You will get so many benefits. I don't want to repeat again and again. I don't want to getting bored. So you will get these benefits: 10% discount, free online test series, and other benefits. So I have my own Telegram channel, Engineering Guru. You join in it, you get all benefits required for you. Okay? We'll continue, we'll go ahead tomorrow at 8:30, again same session will continue.